All right, Shin. It's time to clutch up. I know you will. What's up, guys? They go with a pencil here from that. I do to have it on and keep it on at all. Is that Nagamo? Stop looking at the top. What? But have it on me, keep it on me at all times. And another fun fact: here we are to do a dual review of chapter 261 and 262 of Sakamoto Days. Chapter 261, known as Wild Card, and Nagamo. I thought you would be helping your homeboy, and now you're sitting here just bandaging up. I guess Sakamoto versus Suzuki may be a 1-on-1, or may literally be a Shin versus Shin and Sakamoto versus Suzuki kind of thing, and not Nagamo. I mean, there's still time, but huh. I mean, it's great to see you, man. Jawline looks immaculate as always, but now I'm confused. Let's see, 261 wild card. Ugh. Boyle just stay one tapping fools, bro. Just. I mean, I'd say never change Boyle, but of course, my glorious, handsome, legendary, no mouth having king will never change, bro. And Kindaka, you can't keep just showing up like you didn't get one tap by Gozu a few hours ago. I'm sorry, I can't let this slide. Let's see. Huh? What was that sound? Oh, hey, Sky. I kind of forgot you were here, man. Kamihate? We're never seeing that guy's face. Honestly, I respect the commitment to the bid at this point. Let's see. Nagamo? Just sitting here, or of course. Why are you doing it with your mouth, bro? Why are you doing it with your mouth? That's not sterile. That's not sterile. Remember what Shishiba said? Let's see. That sound. Darn. I mean, to be fair though, sound does travel very, very far, and also it's Tanabata, so it probably did travel all the way across the city. Let's see. Oh. Speak of Shishiba, and he shall appear. Hey, what's up, man? Let's see. That sound. It's Tanabata. Shishiba. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I'm glad they're up and moving. I was hoping... Shishiba, did you not stay with Osaragi? Is Osaragi not up yet? Well, to be fair, she was, like, deeply poisoned. Shishiba was just beat up. And to be fair, I'm not going to say just beat up. He was electrocuted a lot, too. But, like, still... I guess it makes sense that he's up. Where's Osaragi? Let's see. Also, who knows? She may be next page. Let's see. Shishiba. We're both still alive somehow. Yeah. You done here, too? Yep. Okay. Just whip out my heart and step on it. In two ways. Number one, I guess Osaragi just isn't here. I hope she's recovering well, I guess. And for two, Nagamo's done. I mean, to be fair, I did like Oki versus Nagamo. And even if it did take forever for it to, like, actually finish, at least it did get a proper finish. And it was a good fight, in my opinion. Probably in my top 5 fights. Or if not top 5, definitely in top 10 fights of Sakamoto Days. But wow, I mean, like, maybe he'll get closure after the fact. But I really thought Nagamo was going to be involved in the Uzuki final fight. I mean, it's okay that he's not, but like, huh? That doesn't tickle my toes or butter my nose, brother. That kind of hurts the old heart. I'm not gonna lie to you. But okay, let's see. And the order's pretty much done. Oh. Uh-huh. Oh, wait. Not true. Me, you... Where is Osaragi? We get to see every... Well, to be fair. Unfortunately, I do know Suzuki Sensei. That's why we're not seeing Osaragi. That's why I'm not seeing, because Suzuki Sensei, he's not that important. But still, man, why couldn't she be up and moving? Alright, let's see. He's got a whole new suit now. I'm looking at it. Let's see. No, wait. That's not true. Me, you, Osaragi, Kamiyate, Mr. Yotsumura. Oh, right, and Kindaka woke up too. I mean, to be fair, in the grand scheme of things, I wasn't necessarily expecting the most from Kindaka, and in Suzuki Sensei's defense, though technically it's still his fault, in Suzuki Sensei's defense, he overstacked the protagonist cast. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not put any airs on this. He overstacked the protagonist cast. There were too many heroes. Like, what was it? Was it No More Heroes is that one Wii game that everyone loves? I think like No More Heroes 2. There were too many heroes, right? Like we had all the old order. We had Heisuke, we had Shin, we had Sakamoto, we had so much. And there just weren't enough antagonists. Some of the antagonists ended up becoming protagonists. Look at that, you. Like, all the kid, like, we had too much. So I get why a Kindaka just wasn't really allowed to do much other than be one tap by Gozu. But man, dog, for how cool a character Kindaka was, he's gonna go down as like one of the highest peaks but sharpest fall offs for a character. Yotsumura, I'm not necessarily mad with, and you know, I guess I gotta think of Kindaka in the same way I think of Yotsumura, where like the characters had their time. They were kind of just always gonna be destined to be like support at this point. They weren't really going to be allowed to do much more than support, and it would have really made sense. It's not their narrative, right? Like, it's not their narrative anymore. And I don't know, I feel like Yotsumura doesn't bother me as much. I think because there were no really grand illusions or illusions that he'd really be fighting much after the battle with Sakamoto, or the battle with Shishiba. He was gonna be reduced to a recon information kind of support guy. So like I was fine with that. And even then he still got at least a little bit of a show out against Oki versus after the prison arc. But man, I don't know. I think Kindaka only hits so much for me because not only do I really like the character design, but I also love speedsters. I think that's why my heart hurts for Kindaka, because I feel like he is just like, he feels less important than Boiled. Less relevant to the narrative than Boiled. And as much as I love Boiled, that hurts me, dog. That hurts me. Well, let's say. Oh, right. Mr. Kindaka woke up, too. There's a lot of reshuffling. Hey, is Tanabana tough? That's a good question. I'll say. He's an unknown quantity, but one time, Mr. Oki said, oh? If we're anticipating a battle with X, we need to be prepared for every kind of attack. Magnetism, electricity, fire, hypnosis, you name it. And that is true. Let's see, magnetism was Kumanomi, electricity was Gozu, fire was, funnily enough, he wasn't really associated. He was a random, I'm pretty sure. Carolina Reaper and Brain, Club Jam. They two, I don't think either of them weren't from Alkmaar. I think they were just like randoms. Which you could have had more of, and we did kind of have more of, they just didn't get names. Let's see, you name it. We need a wild card who can counter any weapon, any skill. And Tanabata was that wild card. Intriguing. I mean, to be fair, though, I guess it makes sense, especially since we're supposed to believe, and to be fair, occasionally they are, like, bullets from regular Splagooters are still active threats in this universe, right? Like, that actually is a thing. So someone who does have complete dominion over sound, yeah, makes sense, especially since sound is AoE, right? Like, it's not... You can resist sound, quote unquote, but it does in a lot of internal damage too. So it makes sense why Tanabata would be a hard counter. And we've seen that he can, like, do basically whatever when he feels like it. I'll say, and that's Tanabata. Okay. Right. His attacks work on any human. Right? His attacks work on any human. Yeah, because unless you're, and like, here's the thing, even if you're not deaf, well, to be fair, though, it seems like a lot of the blood in the nose and trouble bleeding does come from, like, your eardrums rupturing. But it could also, we've literally seen he produces, like, force, like, enough force to stop a moving train. So, yeah, good luck countering that. But it's Shin. He's going to counter it. But let's see. So what? That cuts both ways. You can also clobber any human to death. I'll handle Tanabata if it comes down to it. Oh, okay. I mean, like, obviously it won't, because it's Shin fighting him right now. But at the same time, technically Shishiba is right, as long as you can brute force a lot of problems. And technically, people are problems on occasion, so he's not wrong. You could just brutalize him. Let's see. We'll see. What? We have one too. A wild card Mr. Oki didn't anticipate. Yep, the sleeper, like, especially now, as long as he hasn't already used it, but even then, sometimes I feel like that's just been proven wrong. We've seen him use the mental commands on people more than once. Funnily enough, that was Tanabata, hilariously enough. But Shin kind of is, he's like the 1v1 demon. He's, funnily enough, you know who I'm going to compare Shin to? Shin's kind of the Itachi of the verse, right? Where he's not, like, actually the strongest, but he is really, like, a weird 1v1 demon, where, like, you don't want to fight Shin 1v1, because he has a bunch of dumb, stupid ways to amp himself and cheese you. And, yeah, those are kind of the worst characters to fight. And technically Itachi's very much the same way, amping himself with Susanoo and stuff like that, and a bunch of ways to cheese you with things like Tsukuyomi. Both mental characters, too. Let's see. Interesting though. Nagamo, I mean, I hope this is just wrong. I hope this is like a red herring. I really like. I want Nagamo to be involved in the Uzuki fight, man. Like, what was it? What was all the? Well, I know, it's Sakamoto. I shouldn't expect too much, but still, what was all that build up with his like emotional conflict over the quote unquote existence of Rion inside Uzuki? We're not gonna play with that at least a little bit. We're not gonna do a little something, like a little something. We couldn't do nothing. Let's see. All right, Shin swinging out. Ooh, yeah, but see, like, look at that. The ground doesn't have ears. These buildings, this glass, none of this has ears. It's just straight AOE, and like, how much of that is sound? How much of that is just the sheer force he strums with? Like that is insane. Like, this is some of like. In terms of sheer range and like destruction, this is like some Takamura tier nonsense that's being done. Some Kumanomi throwing a truck or throwing a whale tier nonsense, and it's being done in a full 360-degree radius. Like, he's just doing this. He's cracked. He is cracked. A very once again very akin to Torres, a really out there fighting style that you wouldn't really think of. But a lot of credit to Suzuki Sensei for being like, what silly nonsense could I do? That's silly nonsense. And then doing silly nonsense. Let's you just see the smiles he keeps pushing. Alright. Right in the middle of the city. This guy's heartless. He's an assassin, Shin. He clearly does not care for you, but like, let's see. Oh, interesting. To be fair though, like, he blocked the train, Shin. I like the creativity of that. Like, getting pushed back, going into the car, busting the car window, turning it, presumably just, like, I don't know, breaking the gas pedal so it just goes all the way through, and then launching it out. Like, it seems smart, but I'm sorry, Shin. Last we saw this guy, literally last chapter, he blocked the train. This isn't gonna do anything. I do like the way that Shin falls out though. It's very, very much like, and we ball. He just throws the Mamada at him. Let's see. And he just slashes it in half. With sound? With air, like, okay. You just go with the sauce like that. I don't know. I mean, he just like that for real. Like, what can I say? Jeez. And like, interesting sound effect too. Not even a slashing sound, a kapow. Like he punched the car in half. All right. Oh well. I mean, technically he is right. Sounds are air vibrations. Change the chord and you can create any shape. I guess that does make sense. Like, logistically, yeah, because the reason there's no sound in space isn't necessarily because, like, you can't vocalize in space, but we only hear sound because of the atmosphere around us. It is literally particles hitting each other in certain ways and making certain noises because of that. In space, that can't happen. So, like I think if the sun could have an atmosphere, it'd be very, very loud because it's just like constant explosions and nuclear fission happening over and over and over again. But obviously we don't hear the sun because there's no air for it to refract off of. And to be fair, most air would like be destroyed in the presence of the sun. But still, all that being the case, it does make sense to some degree that essentially, so it is more so force, right? He's talking about sounds are air vibrations. So he literally is projecting forces out. He's projecting out blaze, he's projecting out AoE. Like, he's pretty cracked. The most impressive thing, though obviously it's Sakamoto, so we aren't going to question the logic too much. The idea that he's able to do all this and not break the sound equipment he's using, right? Like, obviously he said his guitar is reinforced. I guess everything is just reinforced. And he can produce sounds that can destroy concrete, but not any of the things he's actually using. Let's see. So the possibilities are endless. Right. Because I have perfect pitch. That's actually impressive. I know one person in real life with perfect pitch. The woman was insane in terms of her, like, musical ability. The more I think about it. Man. Legendary thing to have. Let's see. So freaking what? I mean, so he can play music really, really well. Don't sleep on perfect pitch, man. Don't sleep as a person who used to sing. Don't sleep on perfect. It's actually great. Let's see. You probably can't hear it. Stabbing, slashing, smashing. They all sound different. And technically they do, right? Like I think of it like this, right? But we're gonna do a little bit of that guy with ASMR real quick. But here is a chopping sound. Here is a punching sound. It sounds similar, but because of the surface area, because of the impacts that I'm making, they sound different. Even though, of course, like, technically, when you think about it, the snap is a poking sound. because what makes the sound isn't actually your fingers like this. Doesn't do anything. Like, it's specifically what you're hearing is your finger. Like, typically, I snap better with my pointer finger on my right. I don't know why. It just is. But I can snap with my middle finger. But the sound being made isn't your fingers brushing against each other. It's your finger hitting your palm. But a snap and a slash and a punch all make different sounds on the same kind of surface, the palm of my hand, because of their surface area and their impact. And thusly, they all have different reflections and reverberations. They do all sound different. So, like, actually is a really interesting way to play into it, because stabbing, slashing, and smashing all do sound different. And I don't know, like, it's a very cool way to take it. Like, if you're going to do something as extravagant as playing with sound, especially this late into the series, I do like the idea that we are playing on the different sound effects and, like, things we've seen throughout the narrative of Sakamoto itself, and all the different sounds and noises that are being made. And that Tanabata, having perfect pitch and, you know, just being good with an instrument, is able to replicate all of those sounds because he knows them all so well. It does make me wonder, like, did he ever not use a guitar? Like, has he ever used other instruments to make certain sounds? I don't know. Let's see. We're reproducing the exact sound. I can reproduce the phenomena itself, which is crazy. Which is great. Like, no matter how hard I were to slash my own hand, I'm not like, I could break the, like, I'm never going to hit myself hard enough to do so, but I could, like, break the bones in my hand. But I would never produce the same, like, effect as actually swinging one of the swords I have against my hand. Thankfully. Let's see. I can reproduce the phenomena itself. Okay, Shin, you gonna get out of the way? Oh, strong chord too, strong chord. See, if I were to do that with my chord technology, it would absolutely annihilate everything. Oh, interesting too. So, prior, here at the start of the chapter, he himself is the center of the AoE ball, right? Like, and like, I guess, I'm not sure what sound this is. I don't know, ball smashing, but before he was the center of the core, the nucleus of the attack. But here, in this case, he's the outer point. Like he essentially, he spawns the ball around Shin, and then Shin gets thrown into the nucleus of the attack as the orbs around it. Very interesting balancing. Let's see. Lucky you. In what way? The fact that he's able to tank this? Let's see. The last thing you get to hear is my sound. You know what though? If I could do any of this nonsense, I'm not saying I wouldn't. Like I'm not gonna say I spontaneously wouldn't. I mean, to be fair, I'm not the biggest fan of destruction as a whole. It's not really a thing that I'm always down with. But there are certain things that I would do just to do them if I could, right? I always joke about, like, if I ever found out I was, like, immortal, or very specifically had, like, a really good healing factor, yeah, I'd throw myself off a waterfall. Tallest one. Just to see what it feel like. Would it be pleasant? No, I would want to know. Would you find me in the forest fighting a grizzly bear? Absolutely. Would I be winning? No, I'm still a guy. But if I could live, man, I'd do it. This guy's tough. How would Mr. Sakamoto take this guy out? Funnily enough, very similar to Shin, he beat the taste out of him. Let's see. Oh. Okay, he stands up. Alright. Let's see. Even Tanabata's like, wait a second. Is his name on the manga? I thought it was Sakamotodays, not Shin Days. Let's see. No. Wrong question. Mr. Sakamoto and I have different abilities. I should be thinking about how I would take him out. Oh, okay, alright. I mean, good quick character revelation, right? He doesn't spend too much time thinking, oh, I gotta be like Big Papa Moto. He legit rationalizes, well, in reality, I should do this my own way. And what his own way is his own weird interactions. Playing into, pure good writing, playing into the idea of what Nagamo established about him at the start. If Tanabata is the wild card because he can kind of do anything, you can't really resist or interact with them in any weird ways, then Shin is the same way in many cases. Where Sakamoto can be interacted with because he always deals in the physical, Shin deals weirdly in, like, the mental and the metaphysical. So yeah, he does have certain advantages that other people can't compete with. Let's see. I should be thinking about how I would take him out. Ah, okay, reads his mind and goes in. Alright. That chord. Here comes the slashing attack again. Ah, alright. So he starts using the future sight to better anticipate what Tanabata's doing. The Millie from Tanabata, especially since I don't really care about what's around me, dog, I'm spamming the AoE attack. You're just not getting close, brother. I do not care. Let's see. Squeak! And then slashes the ground, and then the entire truck. All right. Okay. All right. Whirls hits a common little reset. He's anticipating my sounds. It's that clairvoyance nonsense. Oh, so he does know. He does know about it. He was at least a little bit informed. Let's see. But so what? Even if he can see a fraction of a second into the future, he can't escape my attack range. And that is true. As long as he keeps spamming the AoE. Let's see. Oh. Wait, is he buffing it? Okay, so he went from reading Tanabata. It looks like he's amping himself now. Alright. Smart. So he uses the fact that he's only been incrementally amping himself to sort of, he got Tanabata into a comfortable rhythm. He got Tanabata into a comfortable rhythm with how he's been attacking, only to suddenly leap up in attack speed, and then lunge in to seemingly muffle the sound. Obviously, Tanabata gets the chord off anyway, but because it's not able to resonate throughout the entire guitar, it only tears off Shin's clothes rather than actually doing major damage. Let's see. He muted my sound, son of a... Hey, don't hate, appreciate. Let's see. If the volume's too loud, I just gotta preempt it. Ooh, Sensei, you ran out of time, huh? Ooh, Sensei, you ran out of time. I see. I know what this is. It's alright, Sensei. It's alright. Happens to the best of us. A deadline is a nice idea. It's a cool concept. Something sweet, something juicy, something buttery. But sometimes we can't always hit it. But darn. Still, I do like stuff like this though. It's nice to see the thought process of an author and how they draw initially. As a person who also just like freestyle, well, no, not also. I'm not sure how Sensei does it, but this does look very akin to like one of my drawings, where I like do a very rough base, then I do another rough base over that, and then I do the final full thing. You can see it in literally all the intros. Like you can see my art style where I'll like loosely draw a base skeleton, what it'll look like, and I'll draw along that skeleton, and then I'll do a proper draw over that skeleton. Let's see. Boom. Ooh, yeah, a lot of this looking around. Oh, interesting. He bloodied up the whole guitar. All right. So, took advantage of the fact that he would take damage to bloody up the guitar and gum it up and make it harder for Tanabata to strum. Let's see. Just now. That's why he grabbed it. I thought the order was supposed to be tough. Oh, I forgot this thing also just doubles as a splagooter. Yeah, that's right. I was like, oh, Shin, you look rough here, buddy. Let's see. Oh, the order was supposed to be tough. And, I mean, still they are. You haven't done any damage to him. Let's see. Weave. Alright. And once again, very akin to what he did to Tenkyu, except unlike with Tenkyu, he couldn't grab the shot that was fired. He simply weaved it, but still. I can see your future. Boom! Ooh, a solid meaty hit. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, so he just ran out of time in the back part of the chapter. Let's see. Boom. If I can take you down, then I'll be on par with the order. I'm pretty sure you've been on par, Shin. Like you diff a lot of them in 1v1s. You've been heal level since like chapter, I don't know, 200. But still, W chapter, nice and simple, nice and sweet. Once again, establishing the whole wildcard dynamic, and you know what? I'll give it this. It's a good way to, especially if this does, if it really does end up a Uzuki versus Sakamoto 1v1 for the finale, which I think doesn't really make sense. I feel like at least Shin should be involved, especially I would have loved Nagabo to be involved, and as little. Outside of like minor implications, as little as Shin does have to do with like Uzuki as characters, I hope it is a jumping, because like that's kind of the whole theme of the narrative, the idea that Sakamoto got better once he, you know, became a family man. He shouldn't just be the strongest on his own, he should be the strongest as a collective to overcome Uzuki. But at the same time, if this were to be Shin's final battle, I do like that this chapter goes out of its way to establish why it is Tanabata of all characters, right? Not a previously established character, a guy who kind of just like existed for a little bit in the narrative, because they're both wild cards, because they are both very non-conventional, their attacks are very weird to interact with, and they're just like, they're people you don't want to fight because you don't necessarily understand how you would fight them. But Shin has managed to overcome it by using his abilities in a unique way. So let's hop right into chapter 262. Number 262, Extreme Rock. All right, let's see. It's working. Now's my chance. Oh? Okay, he actually took damage. Okay. Let's see. New song. All right, let's see. Whoa! Jeez, what about some crazy AoE? Golly. And did he strum? I mean, to be fair, it's in between chapters, so maybe Suzuki says he didn't remember. But did he strum so hard it blew all the blood off? Is that what happened, dog? Like, it's like, it's gone now. I thought the whole giving it up thing was gonna be like a thing to nerf Tanabata, but no, he just did it anyway. And it doesn't look like he did that purely off of raw strength too, because it doesn't look like he's connected to his sound system anymore. That was just straight Tanabata amps. Let's see. Real rock stars die at 27. I'm 26 this year. It ain't my time to die. Very so powerful at 26 too, because Shin's what? He's like in his 20s? He's like 21, 22? Let's see. Yeah, but hey, I mean, Shin doing a good job just tanking it, right? Like Shin, he is just the top tier, right? I was fighting the narrative for so long. I was resisting Shin days for so long, but now Shin, he's just that. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He's just that guy. He's just that guy, undeniably, indubitably, and absolutely. Let's see. Oh, Extreme Rock, a rock concert. All right, let's see. Japan's dangerous nowadays with these JA guys and whoever they are. But we'll get through it together with the power of music. To be fair though, music is like, it is one of the most universal, if not I'd say the most universal language. Like, the amount of music I listen to, but I don't understand a word of what they're saying. I'm not looking up subtitles. I'm not looking up no, just straight feeling. The emotion. Admittedly, there's some times where I've just flat out interpreted songs wrong. There's so many songs from so many different backgrounds. I'm like, yeah, I love this, and I'll give it to a person who actually understands the language, or better, understands the lyrics, because there are a bunch of songs I listen to in English that I just never really interpreted right, or I've been singing the wrong lyrics. And they'll be like, yeah, this song's actually meant to be about this emotion. I'm like, oh, could have fooled me. So like, there's that. But in that very same case, I get that idea, right? Ultimately, even if the world is in chaos, even if nothing makes sense, you gotta keep living, and if you're gonna live and get through things, might as well do it with something you're passionate with. And clearly, this guy is doing it with music. All right, he looks like, fully enough, he looks like Gozu if Gozu went Super Saiyan 2 and sacrificed all his melanin to do so. Let's see. Boom! Oh, jeez! All right. So that was Shin. That was Shin getting launched back this far. And he just eats those. Because he's kind of just go to like that. All right, let's see. Boom! Oh! Cool recovery, though. Cool recovery. So Tanabata, interesting. So he launched them back. Oh, I didn't even notice. Tanabata's here, too. I didn't see that. So, pushes Shin back with the initial wave. Possibly hit him again off screen. Into this. Knocks Shin through first. Leaps through the opening hole. Tanabata lands smooth. Shin looks like he lands on his back, but he seemingly like backflips and rolls in between. Let's see. What was that? Okay, rolls. Everyone's looking at him. Whew. Oh, these background characters look rough. Let's see. Grip. Slick. All right. Uses, so that's cool. So Shin lands into a roll, sees Tanabata landed on a wire, goes to trip him up by yanking the wire immediately before Tanabata can change his footing. As Tanabata seemingly was standing up to strike again. All right, I like the intense not animated. I like the intense combat choreography, the fast pace of it. Very, very good stuff. Let's see. Oh, all right, darn. Shin, you gonna pay for that, man? Like, dude, you don't know how much that costs. Let's see. Hey, boom. But like, notably, yeah, it's not gonna do anything. I believe this is just a regular guitar. Meanwhile, Tanabata is like steel reinforced or whatever. Like, I think his wires are made of like steel or some carbon fiber stuff, and the guitar itself is probably made out of like diamonds or whatever. Let's see. I love how Tanabata is just mogging right now. He's finally taking damage, but he's like, man, I don't care. Meanwhile, Shin's locked in. Let's see. Whoa, that's some intense stage production. But I don't get it. Is the band's name Fat Boy? Like, what is that? Let's see. Taku, we're losing the audience. Dang it. We worked so hard to get here. Hey, no, that's a fantastic example. Just keep it moving no matter what. No matter what you dream it. Let's see. We can't let it end like this. All right, let's do this. Do what? What's we gotta get into? Let's see. Jay! Oh, okay. Funnily enough, genuinely think this is Tanabata sparing the man. he does knock him hard enough to make him bleed, but like Tanabata's undeniably strong enough to blow this guy's head off. But he gives him a nice little love tap and says, "Too much feedback." Darn. He big chilling though. I don't think he's even knocked out. That's weird. I've been in a slump for a while. The more I fight this guy, the more I discover new lyrics. I get it. You know what though? I always think of it like, oh, ooh. And of course, it's only just because I recently become like a pseudo gym bro. But I now think of everything in terms of at least anything progress related, right? And definitely development related in terms of like muscle growth, right? Where the only way you're going to get stronger, right, is by consistently introducing yourself to new challenging stimuli. Now, of course, there's sometimes, especially in gym growth, where you, one, are ego lifting. Hi, it's me, I'm ego lifter. And two, where you're doing the same thing over and over again. Sometimes because the machine is peaked out, and sometimes just because you still need to do it anyway because you still feel that tension, right? Like, for example, I've maxed out on my gym's 2 core machines. Well, to be fair, I don't do all the core machines in the gym. Like, the 2 ones I do, the rotary torso and the seated weighted crunch, like, I maxed those out months ago. I still do them every single day. Why? Because they still don't move like butter. They still don't move like the 100s do on them. They still have tension. And 2, because that's still stimuli to reinforce myself. Tanabata's been in a slump because he hasn't had anything. He stood unrivaled for so long, and the world became so heavily favored towards him and people like him that he didn't really have any challenge. So now that he's met with Shin, a genuine challenge, his brain is now like, oh, wait a second, we're doing it. We're cooking right now. Let's see. I get it. I'm in the zone. Auto zone. Sorry. All right. Boom. Oh, interesting. Strums hard enough to crack the foundation of the stage, but notably, a very, ooh, Shin, couldn't finish you in time, huh? But very specifically, cracks the stage, varangs through the stage, does not destroy it. So I feel like this is, and to be fair, it blows out all these people's ears, but doesn't blow out Shin's ears. So I think this is a sign of Tanabata, even as he's in the zone and locking in. He is still weaker. Because obviously, if he had done the same tier of attack he did here, he would have blown everything up. But he only blows up portions of the stage. And blows up some ears. Let's see. Oh, that was so cool! Alright, so I think it's just canon at this point. Like all the Sakamotos, all the Sakamoto days, like background characters, all the filler civilians, like they're all freakazoids, man. They're all freakazoid masochists. Because what do you mean that was so cool? Let's see. Oh, this is getting out of hand. We gotta call off the show. No, we gotta keep shooting. Like, no. I don't know. Maybe I have too high of a... let's not risk this. Like, maybe I'm just more paranoid than most. I'm not sticking around if that's happening. I'm trying to make it out myself. Like, dude, you're coughing, and you're... Well, at least this guy. You're spitting up blood, but your ears may be bleeding underneath your hair, man. This is not worth it. Let's see. The show's gonna be legendary. Yeah, and the main performers aren't even a part of it anymore. Let's see. Ah, combo mental... Very, very precise, too. Shout out to Shin's, like, evolution and mastery of his abilities. Move the crane in as close as possible. Huh? Roger. Hey, what's going on? I didn't say anything. Oh? Boom. Oh, interesting. Tanabata wasn't able to react to that. Tanabata, are you a fraud? No, I'm kidding. Let's see. Boom. Hits Tanabata into the back of the stage. That was once cracked, now isn't. Let's see. Shin. Boom. All right, no. So the background of the stage is still cracked. All right. Yeah. All right. So man, that crane was strong. Blew a hole in the wall and pushed Tanabata through. Oh, well, looks like Tanabata's still engaged. The sound doesn't stop. You can't kill rock and roll. Oh. I love this panel. This panel looks so cool. The microphone here is so well done. But also, interesting. He let go. I don't even see him holding his guitar here. He just straight up roars into the mic. Okay, Tanabata. You know what? I still don't really feel much towards the character. I feel even less towards him than I feel towards Gozu. But I do like the insanity of the man. I like it. Let's see. Darn. Yeah, even his voice. So like, isn't just the sheer force and skill he can move his arms with. When he says he has perfect pitch, he means it in every manner. So he's able to reproduce phenomena by yelling. And notably, the crazy thing is, he is screaming into a microphone that does seem to be connected to something. But I don't even see any speakers this sound is coming out of. This may have legit just been his own voice roaring out at that level. Very impressive. Let's see. Oh, my head! I'm dying. Yeah, but it's so cool, man. Could never run away. Could never leave. Let's see. Yo, what's up? Yeah, and look at that. Shin gets knocked back. He immediately recovers. He is bleeding, but Look, he's about to use his powers again. Let's see. Interesting. It's okay. Interesting. He's hyping up the entire crowd. All right. He did do a mass, and I'm not gonna complain about like how Shin should be burnt out and using his power. Whatever. It's his final fight probably, or his penultimate fight. Let's see. Is that all you got, Tokyo? Let's see. Just mass brainwashing. Ooh. And mass screaming. All right. Insane. My sound is getting drowned out. Interesting. So, but that, I guess that is a cool way, because that is a thing too, where like you can't cancel out a really loud sound by making a really loud sound. Kind of like how, funnily enough, in order to fight fires, sometimes you light other fires, so they fight each other, eat each other, and die. They neutral out. That's interesting. All right, let's see. That was so strange. It's like he's speaking to me from inside my heart. Inside your mind, but close enough. Let's see. Ooh, max out. Oh, and he actually broke the guitar. All right, Shin. Just, I guess, max output of himself. Broke the guitar, and I guess that's Tanaba's end. Oh. It's so, yeah, all right. Wild card my foot. Was diffed by Shin. I mean, to be fair, it had to happen. Let's see. It's over. What a shame. I didn't even... Yeah! Take my encore yet. Yep, and there we go. Shin's fight is over. All right. Thank you, Tokyo. All right. W chat. Like, I mean, it's fine. It's fine for Shin's final fight. Once again, this is a case where I have to blame anything. I have to blame the preceding narrative up to this point. I'm not gonna blame Shin for being locked into a point where he can't really have the most insane or intense final battle because, like, or at least against like a relevant character because it's not his place. I guess, like, once again, he is still standing though. He's still viable, and obviously we know like he doesn't have limits. Like, he'll be fine. Like, hey, Nagamo and Shishiba are still both fine. Hopefully, Osarai gets up. Like. He can still join the Sakamoto fight if he wants to. I think this is now, though, the wrap-up of, like, we may actually be entering the final battle from now on, because I don't think there are any other battles to resolve. Every other antagonist at this point is down, because we know Gozu's literally dead. He's gone. Kumanomi's is incapacitated, so is Elma at the door, so is the lady. Lady's actually gone. And her kid, obviously, isn't going to do anything. Kippei was neutralized, so was, I forget her name. Kippei's sister. They're both neutralized as threats. What does that leave us with? Oki's done. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's literally it. And now Tanabata's down. So, like, every other antagonist except Suzuki has fallen. So I think we are actually now going to cut to the final battle. I hope other characters get involved. It isn't just a Sakamoto solo stomp, but hey, we'll take what we can get. But overall, W sub chapters. If you've been able to see in this video, please leave Tokyo you think. Yeah, so, I don't know. Sometimes I get basically Tokyo you think in the comment section down below. I want to thank you so much for watching. Leave a like, share, comment, and subscribe. Make sure that lead to notifications so you don't miss out on any videos that come to the channel. Also soon to have a page down below where you support me for as well as one. Get them one, no more. The things like exclusive videos, early content, and more. So now become a member of the channel for as low as $3 a month to get the same perks and more. So those perks include live reactions to this year's MP review, ad reactions of all my videos, early ad reactions on my videos, early ad reactions on my videos on the main channel, but all my videos on the second channel that called reaction. Link in the description down below and the card in the upper right hand corner. On top of that, I do a link to my code Fizzly down below. You can drop 5 views for a short video, 200 beans a long video, or any beans at all. Any support is always greatly appreciated. And I want to thank you so much for watching once again, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. This is that guy with the pencil, writing off. I'd like to give a thank you to our sketch tier members: Redbull 4765, Astro, Glacier XZ, Zera, J2MA, Buddha Ura, Yuki Ally, Grim, Ollie, Corey Watson, Damon Brown, Tim Thomas, Kaving, RXN, Dead Meat, Keon Stewart, Edwin Igbinoba, Straw, Antavius Mitchell, Weary Exile, Alex Kenny, Todd, The Practical One, Landon Clapwick, Heath Nelson, CAET, Plant Grown, Brandon Payne, Multi-Batman Superman, Zalim, Sleepin' John, Mocity King DKG, Union Eye, Athenzi Shear, Sino King, CCC, Enzo, Kitty Liddy, Axis XC, Praise the Sun, Magic, and Green Bonnet, at JDog2656, Sheesh King, AZ Void, Professor Von Tuck III, Nevis97, Black Sage, Sky XT, Felix, the Young Family, Pastel Pandora, John Malcolm, Donovan McIntosh, Black Doctor Strange, Super Flame Zero, and Vlad. Then, I'd like to give a thank you to our line art tier patrons, A+A, Kevin Encarnacion, Lucas Stace, Midnight Lord 21, and Shaw. And I'd like to give a thank you to our Ink tier member, Shrimp of the Force Shrimp 06. And I'd like to give a thank you to our digital art tier member, Jay Warrior. And I'd like to give a thank you to our colored art tier patrons, Walking Munoz and Joaquin Munoz.